Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Kat Beasley and I'm here with another video. I'm back. I didn't create a video last week. I just needed to have a week to myself where I did absolutely nothing and it was amazing. So I'm back with a bang and I'm here to talk to you about how to love yourself radically, like radical self-love. All the love is within you, and this is how to stop looking outside of yourself for it. And now I've broken this down into 3 steps and how to get started with that. So I've got my tea here and I'm ready to chat with you guys about radical self-love. So step 1, recognize your triggers. Now, a trigger is something that someone says or someone does or the way that someone acts around you to trigger a traumatic past experience. It can be super subtle, like from when you were really young and impressionable and someone let you down or shut you down more so, like, you put yourself out there to be vulnerable and you were shut down. So now every time something happens to trigger that past experience, you are right back in that experience from that day or from that past time in your life. And I'm aware that, trauma is a very, very large scale. It can be quite small, it can be quite big, and I'm not here to take anything away from either sides of the scale. I am here to just chat about my experience in trauma triggers. So maybe on that day or that traumatic period of your life, you decided that you didn't want to feel that way and you shut down. And that might be your way of coping. So then you decided you didn't want to ever feel that way again. So what happens is when it happens again, our brains say, oh, I know what happened last time. This is what we're going to do. This is what we did last time, right? And the time before that, and the time before that, and the time before that. So your brain isn't trying to, your body's not trying to hurt you. It is merely going off past experiences and what happened the time before. And it's digging into the memory and saying, oh, I know what to do. This is what we did last time. Let's do that. Because the thought of feeling that way again is not an option because you decided that long ago you never wanted to feel that way again. It is a conscious decision to decide to make a change. And now it's time for the unlearning. And because you have been telling yourself for so long that you are unworthy and that you don't deserve to feel good, this is what your go-to is. You've essentially turned on yourself. When this trauma is triggered or when you are triggered, that you abandon yourself and you're telling yourself that you're not worthy and that you're not worthy to feel good. So because you've been telling yourself for so long that you are unworthy, it makes it hard to feel good, because even when good experiences come along and good feelings, it's almost uncomfortable as well because you've been telling yourself for so long that you're unworthy. The good feelings are blocked essentially a little bit as well. And I mean, you could still be feeling the good feelings, but not to the extent that you essentially could feel these good feelings, because there's that little voice in your head that is like, hey, we're wary of bad feelings. Should we be wary of this good feeling too? So you're almost stopping yourself from fully feeling these good feelings because you felt so unworthy for so long. So even if you haven't fully shut off to the good feelings, you might still find that you argue a lot, that you shut down a lot, that you run away, any sort of confrontation or someone telling you what to do, or an argument with your partner or any sort of awkward situation, you decide that you either want to fight or you want to run away. And this is the thing, because you've been in fight and flight for so long, this is what's blocking the good feelings, because your brain is constantly looking for threat. The key is to feel the feeling. Now, this is the scary part. But on the other side of this is true freedom. When you feel the feeling, don't react. Feel it. Don't shut down, don't run, and don't project it onto the person in front of you that has triggered you or triggered the feeling. This is where we go wrong. We think, I have to fight or I have to run away. But what if we stayed and felt the feeling and let it pass? Because the thing is, when you shut off to these feelings, you're basically putting it aside to feel later. Then it comes up again. Of course it does. It rears its ugly head. And do you think you're going to want to feel it? No. Your brain kicks in and says, oh, this is what we did last time. This is what we do. And it might resonate with you where, 1 minute you're feeling good and next minute you're arguing with someone and you think, how did I get here? And this is the key. The key is to feel the feeling, and it takes a certain level of self-awareness. It happens so fast that you might not even realize that it's happened. So notice that you're triggered. Communicate that you're feeling triggered. If you don't feel comfortable telling the person in front of you, just excuse yourself from the room. Or say, hey, can we hit pause? I'm not feeling great. And come back to it later when you are coming from a place of love, because you have let the feeling pass, you have come back into a state of alignment. Then you can come back and revisit the conversation that you started with the person. And I'm not saying that, people can act however they want to around you and you just deal with it. No. I'm saying that you need to stop abandoning yourself, and we need to normalize telling people that now is not a good time. I'm feeling triggered. I need to go and I need to look after myself. Do what you need to do to get back into alignment with yourself. Now, make sure that you are feeling the feeling. This is the key point, because you don't want to be distracting yourself from the feeling, because that can be bypassing. There's cognitive bypassing and spiritual bypassing. You feel a feeling, you think, I need to go meditate, I need to go journal, I need to do this, do that. Make sure that you are allowing yourself to feel the feeling. So you've excused yourself, you've hit pause, you've expressed that you are feeling triggered, whatever feels comfortable for you. Go into the next room and just breathe through the feeling and be like, okay, this has come up. It's not feeling great, but I'm here. I'm going to feel this. And self-soothe, hand on the heart, hand on the tummy. And whatever your feeling is, like, whether it's unworthy, unloved, stupid, like not good enough, affirm that back to you. Give yourself what you need. I am loved. I love you. I am worthy. I am worthy to feel good. I am smart. Like, affirm these things to yourself until the feeling has passed. And if you don't want to say affirmations to yourself, just breathe through the feeling and just let it pass. And once the feeling has passed, then you might want to journal. Then you might want to meditate. Then you might want to go for a walk with your dog or cuddle your dog, or you might be feeling up to come back and revisit the conversation depending on how you're feeling. It's really just up to you. It's a personal thing. But I want to be really clear on this, that we need to feel the feeling and let the feeling pass. So step 2. So basically I have put step 2 in step 1. I kind of muddled them together there, but Step 2 is trust that you are loved, and you've hit pause, you've expressed that you are feeling triggered and that you need to go away for a bit. And that's the self-soothing part, hand on the heart, hand on the belly, self-soothe, affirm to yourself that you are good enough, you are worthy, you are loved, and show up for yourself. Say your trigger is that when your partner or your mother or your boss or your friend says a certain thing to you or acts a certain way around you, makes you feel unloved, unworthy, and like stupid, not good enough. When you feel this feeling, so you've expressed that you are feeling triggered, you need to hit pause and leave the room or leave the house or leave the situation or scenario that you are in and feeling triggered. Show up for yourself and assure yourself that you are good enough. I am good enough. I am worthy. I am loved. I'm smart. And, this is just going to help you be there for yourself and start practicing being there for yourself, showing up for yourself, and stop abandoning yourself. And then once you've mastered this, then you're showing up in the world with all this love and appreciation because you've shown up for yourself. And you're not looking outside of you for someone to reassure you that you are loved. Every time you feel triggered, you're not looking around at the people around you and asking for a reassurance that you are okay, because it's within you. And assurance that we're loved is lovely. Like, don't get me wrong, there's a time and place for telling your loved ones that you love them. The difference is you're showing up for yourself and you're feeling it wholeheartedly within yourself first. And then you show up to the person or, even the world with this love and compassion and appreciation because it's within you. So then you reflect it onto your loved ones and they reflect it back to you. Which brings me to my next point. Step 3. Stop making other people perform in order to make you feel good. That's what we were taught as kids, right? Our parents were like, okay, you need to act this way and do as I say. And if you make me feel anything other than good, you're in big trouble. Like, not in so many words, but you get my drift, right? It's like they want you to perform in a certain way to make them feel good. Don't be selfish now. You were not put here to guide your life based on what other people are saying. We were all born to be the creator of our own experiences. They will tell you that you are important, but their biggest priority is their own experience. They will guide you and your behavior based on what makes them feel good. That is bound to lead to resentment. If you could just accept that everybody is in their life for themselves, and that's not such a bad thing. Abraham Hicks says, everyone is source energy, and everybody came forth to give birth to a new rocket of desire, and everyone has source within them, which is guiding them towards their best interests. So imagine if we followed our own guidance system towards what is truly for us. I think the world would be a completely different place. That's all I have for you today, guys. I hope you found something that resonated with you. This is a topic that is quite close to my heart. So like, subscribe, comment down below. Let me know what you thought. And love you guys. And I'll see you next time. Bye.